Okay, it is a big night in Brooklyn, that's for sure, as the Knicks and Nets face off for the first time this season.
It's going to be exciting. Scott Stanford live on the court at Barclays Center with the preview. Scott.
All right, guys, and when you say big night, forget about the Knicks-Nets tonight, because these two distinguished gentlemen right here, these two very good-looking gentlemen, well, this is Iron Eagle. He is the TV voice of the Nets.
That's right. This
is Mike Breen. He's the TV voice of the Knickerbockers. And never before, in the same live shot, have you guys ever appeared together. Is that true?
Yeah, it's like West Side Story, Scott, what you're creating here. It's very troubling.
Look, Mike's got his game face
serious.
on. Look at him.
No, there's a reason for that. I mean, there's professional respect, but there's personal disdain. We just simply don't like each other.
I could see the look on his face.
And I'm much more comfortable holding the mic when I talk.
Don't lose the mic, Scott. You know the first rule of journalism.
You always give it to Mike. If he wants it.
Give it back.
Listen, guys, real quick for both of you. Give me the mic back. Do you guys mark these nights off? 4 games, Knicks, Nets. Are these the nights you mark off on the calendar when you look forward to it and the calendar comes out and you get extra pumped up tonight?
Yeah, there's a little extra something to it, a little more juice. I think for years, from the Knicks' point of view, probably was just another game, but since the move to Brooklyn, I do think there's been that added layer of adding to the rivalry. Now, both teams have to get to the point where they're quality teams, and I think it'll take that next step.
And Mike, what about you? I mean, is this one of those nights, you know, would you like to see more of them? I mean, there's 4 on the schedule. Build up a little more rivalry if you have more than 4 or no?
I find that to be a completely inappropriate question. No, I mean, it actually, Ian's right. They've rarely been good at the same time, so that's hurt the rivalry. But since they've been to Brooklyn, there's a little extra pizzazz with the fans especially. I think that's the fun part. Watching the way the fans react, both at the Garden and here, has been pretty fun. Yeah.
Now, I know you had mentioned in a broadcast maybe a couple of weeks ago, you know, when the whole thing about Amari came out about the wine baths. I know Tampson back in the studio wanted me to ask you. You had mentioned that you actually bathe in wine sometimes after the game.
After a bad broadcast, which there have been quite a few lately, I find it's the best way to replenish, and it's worked for me. I've tried to get him to do it, but again, he won't take any advice from me.
I will use it on my larynx. It's important to work that in with your throat.
A little, yeah.
A lot, Scott, not just a little, a lot.
Real quick for both of you guys, biggest surprise so far, I know the season's early, biggest surprise Nets, biggest surprise Knicks?
Biggest surprise Nets, Darren Williams, just looking healthy, looking spry out there, and renewed energy, revitalized.
Iman Shumpert, not necessarily a surprise, but a great thing to see because he's played with such confidence.
And I got to ask you, Mike, everybody's talking about it. How long before this team gets a hold of that triangle?
Yes, Mike.
Well, it would help.
Right now, it looks like an isosceles rather than an equilateral.
Well, I think it would.
Shocking.
What's an isosceles?
I don't know.
What?
It's 2 sides.
When Jose Calderon, their starting point guard, finally plays, I think then we'll start to judge him. Until then, it's a work in progress.
And by the way, final question, they're counting me down. I understand there was like a conference, a little summit over the summer of play-by-play guys in New York. You guys get together, you meet Michael Kay, Al Troutwig, all you guys get together. What goes on there? What do you guys talk about?
We talk about you, Scott. You were the focal point. All of your quips.
I mean, do we come up with new cliches to talk, you know, throw in the games, new buzzwords to talk about?
These are secrets that just won't be revealed. I think it's time to throw it back to the studio.
All right, guys, quick predictions, quick. Tonight, who wins?
Oh, Nets win.
Mike?
First time in NBA history a game ends in a tie.
Nice. Gentlemen, have fun tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Right,
future guests on the Pix11 Sports Desk, which, by the way, coming up tonight at 10:45. You guys didn't know you were coming over?
Didn't know.
Appreciate it, right after the game. All right, Tampson, John, G, let's send it back to you in the studio.
They can come if they bring the wine bath.
Yeah, we want to do the larynx thing that he talked about.
All right, Scott, thank you.
They were funny.
You're really good,
right? That was really good. A lot of good one-liners there.
Scott met his match out there.
I know.